Hello, friends. I don't know what to share with you today. And that's because a lot is the same. And this is so unstructured. It's just me showing up. So I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. I don't have, I guess, you know what? I'll tell you this. I don't have a job, but I do want to get this job at this coffee shop. And it's walking distance from my house, and I have a dream. My best friend and I would love to open a coffee shop / plant shop. And so I would really love to get this job at the coffee shop, and I don't have experience working in a coffee shop, so I don't know if they would hire me, but I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to write me an amazing cover letter, and I'm going to gear my resume towards just highlight all the things that I've done that would make me such a great barista at this coffee shop. And I really would love to have this job. I would love to learn how to move quickly in a coffee shop. And that's another thing. I think my urgency would be trained if I worked at a coffee shop, because right now my sense of urgency is on a level of like high. It's very low, and I feel that coffee shops definitely have rushes. And also actors, that's what they do, they work in coffee shops. And yeah, it would just, that's something that I guess I could share updates on. Today my friend and I, we made a reel, and that was fun. That was a lot of fun, and I want to keep making those. I had a lot of fun. I just, again, like, I don't know what I want to post reels about. I want the reels to be funny, and obviously, like, I want to practice acting every day, and I think the reels medium would be a great way to do it, but I don't want to do, like, trending, recurring trending videos. I mean, here and there, but I don't know, maybe I could ask ChatGPT to write funny little skits or something. But so I made a reel today with my friend, and that was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I'm on a good track. Just, it's about tightening everything up. I guess these videos are good because it's kind of like a end of day evaluation of how my day went. I guess I could do that. Had good interactions today. I was genuine. I was kind. I didn't lie to anybody today. Like, I don't know. So I like these videos because it really highlights how I'm doing. And like, if I come here and I sit, how many days in a row am I going to say, yeah, nothing's changed. I'm still waking up late. Yeah, I'm still, like, I'm going to keep hearing that. Like, I'm putting a spotlight on myself. And then, so this is a great accountability tool. I'm going over it. I'm going over everything I'm doing. I woke up early today. Another thing that I actually can maintain updates on is the window between the amount of time it takes for me to start a task. So, for example, from the moment I brush my teeth and wash my face, from that moment, how long does it take me to start my first task of the day? You know, sometimes it could be 5 hours. I think right now the average is probably 2 to 3 hours. So my inertial hump, is that what it's called? Inertial hump, something like that. You know, how long does it take me to get into a task? So right now it's about 3 hours. But yeah, this is a great tool to just keep myself accountable and see what could use improvement. Okay. Don't need to go on Instagram right now. I'm gonna do my sit-ups. This one looks good. But I mean, even like with the preparedness for these videos, this is like an effort thing, you know, and the reason I started doing these videos is because my effort that I would put into things was basically non-existent. And that effort is what breeds results. And this is my journey of building myself up to just do things I don't feel like doing when I don't feel like doing them, in a timely manner with a good energy, so that I could have good results, right? Like, this challenge just highlights that so well. Like, what effort am I putting into this? You know, in 6 months, in 3 months, is it going to be the same thing? Am I just going to come sit on the mat, talk about something random that pops into my head, do 100 crunches, and then get out? Or is there going to be like a thumbnail photo? Is there going to be like a topic? Is this going to develop into a podcast? Is there going to be more effort put into this? Is there going to be like, oh, I have this amazing job, I have this acting job, like, are the other areas of my life going to evolve from where they're at right now? This is going to really keep track of that. But this is why I'm doing this, because I have just not been a person that puts effort towards anything. Whether that's like a protection thing, waiting for it to turn on, and like when it does turn on, like how far can I go? Like how long can I maintain the effort for? Like, this is me putting me under the magnifying glass and going, okay, you can improve here, you can improve here, you can improve here, you can improve here, you can improve this, and you do this, and you do this, and you do this. And then I could talk about, you know, going from hopefully being this person that has never been consistent in anything. They've never been consistent in anything I've ever done in my life. You know, I'm like an adult starting literally at zero. Zero responsibility, zero accountability. You know, just this life led by like fear and doubt, insecurity and lack. And like one day, that would be a really good, I think, podcast episode, is like when those beliefs were major in my life, this is what the areas of my life looked like. Like, I didn't have my own place, I didn't have money in the bank, I didn't have a job, I didn't have, like, I only had X amount of relationships, like professional, romantic, friends, and what those relationships look like, because my life was led by these beliefs, and this is what I was protecting. I was protecting myself in this way or that way, and I think that this is what I'm challenging now, because I've gotten to a point where I was like, okay, I know I want more. Why do I not have more? What is holding me back from more? Oh, okay, it's me, it's my actions. It's my own actions. Okay, well, what were your actions today? This, and this. How can you improve that? And I think that fear is always going to be there, and it goes away to a degree as you get more confident in yourself and you have more accomplishments. But I think your ability to take action with fear without knowing what the outcome is, and just that belief in yourself, grows over time. I think that for me, like performing in class the first day, the doubt and the voices in my head were so loud. I was so afraid. Now I've been in school 2 months, and when I go up to perform, the voices, or like the fear, is way less. There are still nerves, but it's not like the first day where I could hardly speak because I was so nervous. And hopefully like that's going to happen the other areas of my life where I've been afraid to just step forward and do things because I'm afraid of looking stupid or failure. And so those will be fun metrics to kind of talk about and see how things go. This is just a great accountability tool. Okay. I'm gonna watch this. I'm gonna do my sit-ups now. I guess I could lay out like the things that I want to do. Some things that I'm going to commit to. Yeah, I could do that. Okay.
It's okay to fall apart, even after you thought you had everything under control. You're not weak. This is healing. You'll go days without thinking about your past, and then there will be days where we'll all come crashing down. Hold space for all of it. Maybe you won't go back to being who you were before everything happened, but I can assure you, you will find your way forward. Hold on until then.
Owen!
One day at a time.
The more you're able to let go, the farther you're going to proceed. It is essential. The more your willingness and your ability to let go, the more changes are going to come. It's just like this. For new things to come, old things must go.
Remember, it's not what you have, but what you do with what you have that separates winners from losers. It's not what happens to you, but how you respond to what happens to you that counts. In the final analysis, your response to the adversity of life is the real measure of who you are and what you're made of. The Greek philosopher Epictetus once said that circumstances do not make the man or woman, they merely reveal him to himself. Everyone eventually goes through periods of great difficulty, their own private hells, their dark nights of the soul. But it is by facing whatever life gives us with courage and determination that we grow more surely toward the stars.
When you're looking for validation on the outside, it's because you lack strong values on the inside. To me, success is very simple. Those closest to me love and respect me the most. That's my definition of success. Let me explain that to you because it's so beautiful. This is success on the inside. This is how I built my success foundation. There's something wrong with any of us if people who don't know us well like us better than those who know us well. Once the inside is right, the outside can expand.
Success is measured very differently, right? You have to understand and figure out what success means to you. But if you are not happy with where you are or where you are going, you may be settling. You may be good, maybe you're average, maybe you think you're great, but if you move into a different environment, go into a different sphere, you're gonna recognize you're not. You're just good. And in this day and age, sorry, good is not enough.
You will not find yourself anywhere apart from within. You must isolate your mind. Be alone with your thoughts. Breathe, relax, reflect, ask questions, find answers. Use your imagination to visualize what you feel. And it is also important to be in the right environment. Make this a habit and you will find yourself. And once you find yourself, you will experience true freedom.
There are only 4 fundamental choices to make a change. You either could stop something, you could start something, you could do less of something, or you could do more of something. That's literally the only things you could do. Because if you did the 5th thing is not do anything, that's insanity, right? Doing the same thing, expecting a different result. So you want to create a new result. I'm not saying this is easy, but I'm saying it is pretty straightforward and simple.
I believe that when we die, we meet the person we could have been, the one we were capable of, the life we were capable of having. I want you to imagine for a minute that when you die,
You meet who you could have been.
I'm chasing that guy. The emotions, the memories, the contributions. And I want me to go, man, I was watching you, bro. What a run. Man, I thought you blew it on that one chapter. And then you came back. And then you got knocked down again. Then you came back. You got knocked down again. You did it. You maxed out your life. To me, that's heaven. Becoming the person I'm capable of. Now, hell looks like this. Yeah, I was chasing you. And then this person hurt me. And I had that thing. And then the market. Yeah, I was watching and you had it. And then the thing and yeah, it's over. The truth is, I lived my life scared. I underestimated myself, and I ran out of time. Yeah, you don't get to do it again. You live with this forever. I'm really sorry I don't recognize you.
Death isn't just of the physical body. Death is of the ego death. Want to die to yourself. It's not a physical death. It is a character or an ego death. You must die. Your ego must die. Who you are today is no longer resourceful for who you're going to be, who you are to be next. For you to fulfill your greatest purpose here on this planet, in this lifetime, you have to have multiple deaths to immature versions of yourself so that you can be reborn as a stronger version of yourself. That's how the process goes.
It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does always actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat.
First step, before anybody else in the world believes it, is you have to believe it. There's no reason to have a plan B because it distracts from plan A. Very simple. This is what I believe, and I'm willing to die for it. Period.
I mean, there are no manuals, no shortcuts, no secrets. You write your own manual, you develop your own shortcuts, you find your own secrets. You go where you're drawn to go, and you learn by doing the work. I mean, if you're scared, if it all seems like too daunting, if the machinery of it all seems too big and scary and overwhelming, it's great. You wake up in the morning and you do it anyway.
Don't get better automatically. You only get better because you intentionally make a decision to get better. You have to go from being a person of good intentions to a person of good actions. That's the great separator.
Most important key to achieving great success is to decide upon your goal and then
Decide.
launch. Get started.
Action.
Take action. Do
Action.
something. Move. The act of taking the first step is what separates the losers from the winners, or the winners
First step.
from the losers.
There are times in life when you're going through a hard time and you think you're going through a test. That's not the test. The test is, how do you go through the hard time? And if it's a test that you are designed to fail, how do you handle that failure?
Your story is going to be the greatest story that's ever been told. I'm so glad that you got overweight. I'm so glad that your mindset's all over the place. I'm so glad you haven't been treating the people that you love the greatest. I'm so glad you haven't been working your ass off. I'm glad you haven't changed people's lives or making enough impact yet. I'm glad you got comfortable and complacent, because when you change, the story is going to be that great.
The understanding that winners write history, which means that no matter how difficult whatever the season that you're going through is, just win. Like, keep going until you win. And then once you win, you can rewrite whatever history you want. And that has gotten me through those harder periods, because I just knew that I needed to get through to the other side.
All right. So, habits. They are the brain's way of making our lives easier so we don't need to think so much. And we have these automatic triggers, responses, which result in automatic action. So, since my life is a byproduct of all the action that I take inadvertently, my life is a byproduct of what habits I have. I have a hard time waking up early and being productive and taking good action, right? So right now it is 11:18 p.m. I have this trigger, right? When I come home late at night, I like to eat some comfort food and watch a movie. But if I do that right now, I'll go to bed around 1 or 2 a.m. Then if I want to get 8 hours of sleep, I'll get up around 10, 11, 12 p.m. and then I'll rush to class to get there hopefully on time. But knowing myself, 45 minutes, if I wake up at 12, if I go to sleep at 2, I wake up at 12, is not enough time to meditate, work out, eat, have coffee, and get to school on time, right? So what happens is I don't work out, I don't meditate, I show up late, and I'm frazzled and I'm just running around like a crazy person, and I'm mad at myself because I didn't rehearse or I didn't do my work or whatever, right? But it all stems from the fact that right now my brain, I got out of class at 10 and I was like so excited to have a bowl of tuna and watch a movie, or just like have a bowl of tuna on the couch. That's my habit. As soon as I come home late at night, my brain, like my mouth almost starts salivating. My brain starts to go, oh yeah, it's time for that bowl of tuna. I don't even know if I'm hungry right now. I just know that I want to make myself a bowl of tuna and put something good to watch on TV. But I want to be an actor, a good actor, which means I need to know my lines, which means I need to wake up early so I could rehearse my lines. So I am not going to have a bowl of tuna. I'm going to go to sleep. And I might end up laying in bed for 2 hours thinking about the bowl of tuna. But if that's what it takes to rewire my brain to, I don't eat after 7 p.m. so I could fall asleep by 10 p.m. or 10:30, so I could wake up by 6:30, so I could read my books and be a respected artist, then that's what we're gonna do. and I'm going to share about that tomorrow. Let you guys know what time I woke up tomorrow, but today that's something I'm going to do differently. I'm not going to give in to this habit, this trigger loop in my brain that associates end of day with late night snack and a movie. So, as always, I'll see you guys tomorrow, and if you came across these videos, hold yourself accountable with me. Let's break the bad habits. Let's do what we're afraid to do, and let's have the life of our dreams.